Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to the very first Christmas video in the 2022 Christmas planning, Christmas budgeting, Christmas organization series. I'm so happy to have you back here. Caveat first, I know I'm filming it on the 14th of September. I'm not sure what date this will go up, but fully aware this is early. If it's not for you, you don't want to get into Christmas yet, you're still living in the summer season, scroll on by, that's okay. But I have had so many messages from people saying, Lara, when is your Christmas content coming out? When's your Christmas planning coming? That, you know, you loved it last year, and I thought it just helps me spread the cost, make it more affordable, make me feel more organized, and just lets me enjoy it nearer the time. Because to be honest with you, what I used to be like before I became much more organized and obviously much more into my budgeting, was like a sort of last week of Christmas panic buyer. And to be honest with you, it just takes away from the sort of joy of the moment because you're too busy running around getting organized. So I take it if you're here, then you are into being organized for Christmas as well. I've published a blog post on the sort of entire beginning of the series as well, which I will share with you a link in the description bar. My blog is larajoannajarvis.com. You'll see all the links I talk about, which I will leave in the description as well, and you will just see sort of just more information as well. So go over and check that out as well. Also on my blog, the free planning sheets, free budgeting, Christmas guides, things like that as well. So they are all over there on my website. That's all free for you. So shall we get into the video? I feel like I need a hot chocolate or something on the go, but to be honest with you, it suddenly got really hot. Like I had to do the school run and I was boiling. So yes. Anyway, let's get into the video. Christmas! So where do we start? Let me know in the comments. Have you started your Christmas shopping yet? Do you like to get organized early? Have you bought any presents yet? We definitely have been buying presents throughout the year, and we've been putting them ready for the big day. And yeah, we just like to, essentially, you're splitting out the cost over months and months rather than having to do it in one paycheck, because that is very difficult. So what I want to start with, caveat this entire video, that obviously with everything going on in the cost of living and energy bills increasing, food increasing, I know that Christmas this year is going to be really, really tough for a lot of people, and it will potentially be the difference between, being able to cook any food, let alone a Christmas dinner. So obviously there's lots of different tips here on this channel, and I hope to support you through that with our Facebook group, which are really, really helpful, and loads of different ideas over there, as well as my tips and ideas and money saving here, as well as making more money, side hustles and that sort of thing. So there's back catalogue full of money saving, frugal living tips here on this channel. But I just want to sort of point out the obvious potentially, or just remind you, I said it last year as well, you don't need to break the budget, like smash through the budget for one day of the year. It does not matter. It's not about buying things for people. It's not even about like going out. For me, Christmas is really the sense of it all, like the feeling that it gives me, the getting together with friends and going for a nice walk with a hot chocolate, or the children's faces when they open a present. I honestly don't need, like, I wouldn't mind not getting presents. I've always said to Stu, like, don't get me anything, I don't need anything. But for me, it's just like the cheer of it, the feeling it gives you, obviously giving if you can to charity, and just being around friends and family if you're lucky enough to do so. So I think I just really want to get that across. Please don't get into debt for this one day of the year. This is why we start this early, so we can hopefully break it down and make it more affordable over the months. And obviously you could start this in January and then really help yourself with sinking funds. And I've done a whole video on sinking funds if you want to watch that. If I forget any links, they will be over in the blog post, which is larajoannajarvis.com. So they'll all be there for you. But please don't break the bank. Please don't go into debt. It's just not worth it. That's like the main thing. Please don't get into debt. Oh, I apparently have a wasp that's just flown in the room. So hopefully it won't get in the shot or sting me. Would be ideal if it didn't do that. Okay, so we are going to have a whole series of Christmas videos here. You'll be pleased to hear, hopefully. But first of all, let's talk about budgeting and sticking to that budget. So you need to break this down over like things like food, entertainment, transportation, and really itemize it. So think back to last year, if it was a normal Christmas for you, think about the things that you spent your money on, and really make this tight. You need this really, really watertight so you're not going to overspend, and you have to stick to it as well. There's no point having a budget and then like blowing it because you've seen something on sale and you want to get it. Just make sure you're really, really good with your budget. And if you need any sort of budgeting templates, they are over on my website as well in the shop section. They're all free. But it's really important to budget for this and get it nailed down exactly what you need to be spending. So whether it's going to be for your food budget and you might be hosting, so you need to pay more for that, ask other people to bring something with them. That's what we always do as a family. If we have like even someone's doing a roast dinner, we'll say, can you bring the puddings? And I'll bring the wine or whatever. So you're sharing the cost of it. So don't be afraid to ask people. Things like your transportation, don't forget, you may need to buy extra fuel because you're going to visit family. You may need to pay for parking somewhere that you wouldn't do normally. You may need to get a train somewhere. So all of these things need to be in your budget. So make sure you're not forgetting anything. Now, if your sums are not matching up, which is potentially very normal to happen, think about maybe some side hustles to get you a little bit of extra money before the big festive period. I've actually just started using Atapol, which is paid surveys, and it is just pennies, but they really do add up. So I'll leave you guys my link. I think we both get like 20p or something if we sign up. That's just like a sign up thing. And then, if you're waiting in the for an appointment, or if you're on the train or on a bus or something like that, you can just do a quick survey and this money just adds up. So this is the sort of thing that I'm doing now to add to my Christmas budget so that I'm not getting to, the point where I've done everything organized and then I get to sort of Christmas and I think, oh, I really want to take the children out for to go to a show, like a pantomime or something, and I haven't got the money to do it. So think about doing some side hustles. Obviously, I've got tons and tons of side hustle ideas on this channel, but Atapol seems to be a really nice one at the moment. I will leave you my link to sign up for free in the description bar, but let me know if you use any as well and which ones you'd recommend. Just a really small caveat, guys. Please don't forget to use cashback when you're buying things. For the love of God, don't forget to use cashback when you buy things. My link will be in the description bar. I think we both get £5 each if you sign up. Love it, love it, love it. Just don't shop without it, basically. And this money can pay for next Christmas as well. So I've actually just filmed a video on this, which is my shopping method. So for me, I have like a process, and that's just been born from years of being much more financially aware of things. And now I know there's so many tools out there to help me. So things like Chrome extensions, and they automatically give me voucher codes. There are obviously Cashback Chrome extensions, which is a desktop, internet desktop browser, which automatically puts everything in. Things like using price comparison sites. I have a method and I don't shop without it. So this way I'm earning money and saving money, and just if I'm going to be spending my money, I need to be making sure I'm making the best decisions and getting money back for it. Okay, next one is about gifting, and actually quite a few. I might even do a whole video on Christmas gifting because there's so many tips I could share with you. But think about maybe think outside the box. Just because you've always bought for people doesn't mean you have to buy for them every time. If things are tight, suggest to them, look, I'd love to buy for, nieces or nephews, but I can't afford to buy for you. Is that going to be okay? Or do an old school, go Secret Santa, do something like that. Buy one present instead of 10 for your family. There's lots of different ways that you can really sort of try and away from the norm. It doesn't have to be the thing that you've always done, and I think that's at the moment more than ever we need to realize that you don't have to stick to the same thing that's going to get you into debt and make it really difficult and stressful. Just change it up, even if it's just for this year, and actually you might think that worked well, I'm going to do it again next year. Okay, so I did a thrift challenge on this and I loved it. It was actually thrifting for gifts. I did it with Mr. Carrington. Let me know if you want me to do a thrift challenge Christmas gift exchange this year. Let me know who you'd like me to do that with. Tag them in the comments. But I loved it, and I actually did it with my best friends as well. It was brilliant. It was so much fun. You get such good things in the charity shop, and obviously you're going to save loads of money too. Okay, the next one, gifts. What about gifting your time rather than a present? So maybe someone doesn't have a babysitter, gift them vouchers for your babysitting services, or maybe they're not very handy around the house. You could gift them some DIY time if you've got the skills to pay the bills, and you can actually gift them the gift of time to say, look, I will come and do 3 jobs for you next year. This is your voucher. If you want me to put up a TV or put some shelving up or something like that, then that's your gift to them. It's free to you, and it's probably going to mean a really good amount to them as well. I think that's really thoughtful. So again, thinking outside the box, the present box of things that you can do to change up your budget. When it comes to buying gifts, obviously, we've got Black Friday, but what about before then? We've got end of season sales now. We've got businesses basically trying to discount so much for us because they know that with the recession, people are going to not be able to buy things. And rightly so, we can't buy things, but it doesn't mean to say if you've got the budget for it, you should wait until Christmas, because honestly, if you've got the budget and they're on sale, that's why we buy things throughout the year when we see them, because we know we're going to use them. We know we're going to be gifting that person something. So if you see it on the sale, then snap it up while you can. We've even started doing this with wine now. So we tend to start, my husband, did you watch the mince pie challenge? Let us know if you want us to do 2022 version. But we tend to, well, he's already started the mince pies and he started eating them in September. So he's got himself 2 boxes for the Christmas food box, and then 1 box to eat now. And I know he's already tucked into that 2nd box upstairs in the Christmas food box. But things like that, even wine, I saw today there was a wine offer and I grabbed 2 bottles. It's gonna split out my budget. It's gonna mean that I don't have to do it all at the last minute and pay loads of money for it if it's not then in a sale or an offer. But just basically, if you can afford it and you've got the space to store it, it's a really good idea to buy them prior to nearer the time. The next one is about group gifting. I jump at the chance if a school mum says to me, I don't know if you're into it, but we're going to do a joint present for the teacher. I'm like, hell yeah, here's my £5. Saves me spending the time, paying probably £15 to buy them something that they probably don't actually want because they get so many of the same thing, and it's done for me. So literally £5 in, maybe a boss present or like something that you'd be buying a group present, you could pay maybe £2 or £3, and then the person getting it can have like a £20 present rather than you having to do it separately and pay even more money. If someone hasn't suggested it yet, be the person to suggest it. I would love it if someone did that and organised it for me. So yeah, think about the side of the box there as well. Around now is a fantastic time to be decluttering. Make some money, honey, from all that decluttered things that you've got. You can either sell on Vinted if it's closed, you can sell on, eBay or anything like that. And of course, donate as well to your chosen charities so that they can get some money for people when people buy it. It's a really good time. Declutter now. Obviously, you may be making way for new things to come into the house, but make that money on those things that you aren't using anymore and that you don't need anymore, and obviously donate if you can as well. Can we talk about regifting? I know, I saw you like wince a little bit there. I honestly don't see the problem in this. Like, if someone has given me a lovely gift that I have no use for, or I don't like, or I just don't need it, I will re-gift it to somebody that will love it and cherish it and use it and get the best out of it. And who's to say that that person didn't re-gift it to you in the first place? Ever thought about that? But think about it. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. It's just economical. It's frugal. And, if it's something sentimental, obviously don't pass on a bottle of champagne with your name written on it that person's given you, because that would be awkward. Didn't happen to me, but I have heard it happen before. But yeah, just we've got to be kind to our budgets if that's what it takes. Okay, I could go on and on and on and on, but what I'm going to do is a series for you. So please let me know in the comments the sort of areas that you'd like help with your Christmas planning, Christmas budgeting, Christmas organising, and where you sort of want to see this series go, so I can make some more videos for you on the wonderful topic of Christmas. And do let me know in the comments if you have started your Christmas shopping before now, and any tips for any other websites like Atapol that I use, and any other websites that you use when you shop. And keep an eye out for those other videos coming soon, like my shopping method and my money saving mini series. And there's just going to be so much coming your way. So thank you for watching. Ho, ho, ho. Joy to the world, and have a lovely week ahead. See you soon. Bye.